What is going on, guys? I am back at it. You already know what's going on. It is going down, baby. Finally, after 2 years, baby. After 2 years, Jake Paul against Tommy Fury. Finally, we are so close. Less than 10 days away. This fight is going to go down. And finally, we get to see what actually happens when they actually step in the ring and fight and punches are being thrown. But this video is not really about Jake versus Tommy Fury. It's about how Jake Paul can beat Tommy Fury. We're gonna look at the flaws and see what he's got, Because I think both sides can win it if the game plan is struck to the point. If the game plan is hit to the point and they get everything on point. I think it's a 50-50 fight, bro. If they really both bring their game to the table, it's 50-50 fight. On paper, Tommy Fury should win this 70%, maybe 80%. Like it's just dumb to think that he wouldn't win. It's just is the logic. He just got it on his head. It's just ingrained in his head, which would make it a huge upset if Jake Paul won. And we're going to look today at the reasons why I think Jake Paul can win and how he can win. First of all, it's a big one. It's main event advantage. Jake Paul has been fighting main events already. He's been fighting in front of thousands of people. Tommy has never had a main event fight. He's fought undercards with people there, but it's not the same as the main event. Main event, you're the last guy. You have to go through all of them fights. You have to sit in the locker room waiting, watching people lose, watching people win, building up anxiety, and then you have to be the last fight of the night. You have to close the night in a great way. And you already know the last fight has to be a banger. You have to close the event in the proper way, and it brings you so much nerves unless you're very used to it. Jake Paul's been doing this for a long time already. He's been closing shows in spectacular ways, knockouts, and good performances, and heart, man. And yeah, 8 rounds. It's okay. So it's main event advantage for Jake Paul. He can win it by main advantage, and then he's just used to it. It's just another day for him. Tommy's not used to that. And then another thing would be 8 rounds. It's going to go 8 rounds, which Jake Paul has already fought 8 rounds already. I think he fought 8 rounds twice already. I think against Tyron Woodley was 8 rounds. And then Anderson Silva was 10. He fought 8 rounds with Silva, which you never know. You can tell Jake Paul doesn't have cardio as a problem. That will not be his problem. He will not quit for being tired. He's got energy for days. So Tommy Fury has to handle that very well. And I don't know if he can handle it because he's never went 8 rounds before. I think he's only went 4 rounds. So this is definitely going to be a big step for him. I feel like Jake Paul could lead Tommy onto the later rounds, and then maybe we could see a weak Tommy. You could expose him. We don't know these things, but these are possible advantages that he has to keep in mind. Because Jake Paul could lead Tommy into the deep waters, and it's not gonna look pretty if Tommy's not ready for that, man. He's never went to 8 rounds. I don't know. First experiences, are sometimes they fall under pressure, sometimes they thrive under pressure. So we don't know, but I think that's a good advantage. That could be another possible way. Another way could be that Jake Paul could not outbox him, but once Tommy puts his hand down, that right hand might come through and just knock him out, man. That's another advantage that Jake Paul can have if he really uses it, which he's shown almost in every single fight that right hand is always almost going to land every time. He's just really good at landing it on you. And it doesn't really matter if he's losing like 3 rounds. Like once that right hand lands on you, which it probably will land on Tommy a couple times, I expect it to. Sometimes it just screws up the game plan for the other guy. So yeah, I think that right hand might be waiting there. And Tommy, I don't know if he has the best chin ever. I think he got wobbled by a taxi driver. But I don't know. I really hope he has the chin, And if Jake Paul can't, I think Jake Paul will knock him out if he catches him with a clean Tyron Woodley 2 shot. It would be lights out for him. But yeah, that's another way, honestly. So like, I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can win this fight. It's gonna be a great night. I can't wait to watch it, man. And yeah, I think that's the only ways. I don't know. I don't think it could be a Jake Paul could outbox him, but I don't see that one bit. I can't see that happening. He will not. If he tries to play Tommy's game, he will not win. He's gonna have to make this a scrap. He can't. This cannot be a boxing fight win by Jake Paul. It has to be a fight, a dog fight, scrap. He's got to get in the pocket, take shots to give shots, and it's gonna be really hard to take jabs from Tommy Fury because he has great jab power. But he's gonna have to take shots to give shots, and he's gonna have to take a jab from Tommy to give Tommy a moon landing right hook that might drop him, and it's just gonna have to be it. He's gonna have to, and he does have the dog in him. He can take shots. He's taking shots after shots, and I believe he can take shots. But it's gonna be interesting to see how Jake Paul deals with that big jab, and if he can handle it. I don't know if he can handle it. But yeah, he can't really keep up boxing with him. So I think it's gonna have to dog it out. Lead maybe he wants to knock him out quick, but I wouldn't look for a hit too much because you don't want to risk too much shots. Because Tommy will land shots on you. He's got a long reach, man. So don't. He wants to knock him out quick, which I think would be a good because we don't know how Tommy would be in the late rounds. But you can try to look for the jab. You can try to look for the hook. Don't stand in the pocket. Don't try to box him. Fight him, get dirty. You have to start the fight in your way. Take a lead of the middle of the ring, and then yeah, and then if you see Tommy just trying to box, try to win some rounds early, and then take him to the late rounds. And then we'll see who really wants it the most. I could see this as a draw, but I don't know what happens. I'm just letting you know how I think Jake Paul might win this fight. And it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a test. People are thinking it's going to be the easiest fight. Everybody's picking Jake Paul like without thinking. And I don't know if I can do that, man, because this is actually going to be a really tough test. And I've seen Tommy's fights. He gives his face open a lot. So who knows, man? But I hope everybody watches this fight Sunday, the 26th, Saudi Arabia, baby, ESPN Plus, baby, pay-per-view. The truth comes out. Loser quits the sport. And I hope everybody enjoys it, man. Let me know what you think. Who do you think is gonna win this fight? And who are you rooting for? And how do you think Jake Paul would win this fight? Let me know down below, baby. And I'll see you guys later.